Hey everybody, welcome again to another episode of Just for Fun Games. Welcome to the podcast. Whew, been a little bit. How you doing? As usual, I'm your host, Azzy. With me is my boy, Roy, and we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Showcase, the Nintendo Direct. Lots of stuff showed off. Take it from the top.
No, I'm not taking it from the top. I'm going to just redub it. If we're going to have to...
No, redub it. We'll just take it from the top, man. It's fine,
no,
it's fine.
I'm not redubbing this. I just redub myself. It'll be all right, okay? Oh, damn.
Okay. All right. Or at the very least, give yourself subtitles.
Pretty much. I'm going to give myself subtitles. But yeah, I'm crushed now. I'm crushed. I'm sitting there.
Wait. What about for the other videos?
Oh, the other video was good. It's when I changed my scene. Okay. Right. I changed my scene and I forgot to change it back. I was like, fuck. Okay. I only noticed when I came back and I saw my meter wasn't moving. I'm like, why is my meter not? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Rookie mistake.
So yeah, I apologize in advance, but you can hear what Azzy has to say about most of these things. But okay, moving on. I'm not even.
Wait, hold on. So here's the kicker. You were the one who was talking about the titles, the subject matter. So I'm just rambling off.
So okay, all right. Hey, I'll tell you what. Here you go. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak DLC coming out summer 2022. Nobody cares. Super Mario Party Superstars comes out October 29th. Nobody cares. Force of Cards. Comes out October 28th. Nobody cares. Disco Elysium, the final cut, comes out for the Switch. If you haven't played this on PC or PlayStation, nobody cares about it on the Switch. Nobody's going to be able to read that little tiny ass font. Hyper Warriors Age of Calamity expansion pass. Maybe that one person that plays this game cares. Chocobo GP, play Mario Kart. Kirby and the Forgotten.
I want you to put underneath me that my cheeks hurt from laughing.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It's Kirby in the Last of Us game, okay? That's what it looks like. Animal Crossing.
It's Kirby 28 days later.
Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct coming next month. It's probably going to be a Thanksgiving event for only 1 month. Moving on. Mario Golf Super Rush DLC characters. Nobody plays this game anymore. Disney Magical World 2. Who gives a fuck about that? Star Wars: The Knights of the Republic. Might care about it. Might get it again for the fourth time, but moving on. Dying Light 2 Stay Human and Dying Light Platinum Edition coming out for the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, cloud version. I don't have good internet, can't play it. Triangle Strategy, good. Final Fantasy Tactics ripoff. Just go ahead, play it. Metroid Dread, yeah, yeah. I might pick up. And then Nintendo Switch Online Play, which contains Nintendo 64 games and Sega Genesis games. Why play these games again when you just didn't give us enough games for the NES and Super NES online services? I'm not biting on this just yet. Shadowrun Trilogy, nobody gives a fuck. Castlevania Advanced Collection, somebody gives a fuck about that. Actraiser.
Hold on. It's by the way, can I interest you in this novelty controller for $50? It'll make you feel like you're playing Nintendo 64 again.
If you don't have the Rumble Pack attached to it, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, it needs the weight. That sucker was like 5 pounds.
Actraiser Renaissance. I don't know what this game is. Didn't care. It looks like another Castlevania game. Deltarune Chapter 2. Jonathan might give a fuck about it, but not me. Okay, so now we're all caught up. I apologize.
I want you to fast forward that. So and play some of that vaudeville.
What, for the mute part?
No. For the mute part, I want to hear some derpy chocobo theme music going.
So, okay, fine. We finally hitting to the probably the best part of this whole showcase. Super Mario movie, Illumination working with Nintendo on this. So we got some getting a little information about the cast, the characters. One who's playing Mario, no other than Jurassic World and Guardians of the Galaxy star Chris Pratt will be playing Mario.
Of which, if you haven't seen the meme of Chris Pratt holding back a couple Yoshis, it's glorious. It makes the whole movie.
Queen's Gambit star Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach.
Yep.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Charlie Day as Luigi. Jack Black as Bowser. Keegan-Michael Key will lend his voice to do Toad. And Seth Rogen will be Donkey Kong. Also original...
Donkey Kong's going to be in the movie.
Also, the original actor for Mario is in this movie as a cameo. Don't know what he's doing, so...
He's going to be actually doing the voices of multiple characters, making cameo appearances.
So December 21st 2022. Damn, sorry. I don't know why. I just try to have a hiccup attack.
How do you feel about this announcement? There were like whispers of them trying to work on a Mario movie that we didn't have any details on. We got a whole lot of details. There is a whole lot of excitement. There is also a whole lot of people complaining. Which camp do you fall in?
First of all, I forgot about this whole damn movie being in production in the first place. So,
we didn't really have much of a confirmation. I don't think. There's just people talking about the possibility. Right?
I mean, another video game movie. What can you expect? I mean, I'm down for this cast. I don't care. You know, I love these.
No, the cast looks great. The cast looks great. The issue is that ever since Chris Pratt has had a bit of bad press recently with him being a part of a very homophobic church and being guilty by association, effectively. Not that he has ever said anything remotely anti-LGBTQ. A lot of people are essentially throwing the baby out with the bathwater by going, well, he goes to a church that is famously anti-LGBTQ. So even just being associated with it is bad, and thus he should be canceled. I don't necessarily agree with that. But the other element that I do have to kind of concede, though, is that there are people who are upset that he was cast, not because he's bad. He did a great job in the Lego movie. But they felt like it added insult to injury to having the original voice actor for Mario he's not the original technically, but the voice actor for Mario for the past 30 years be in the movie as a cameo as opposed to just letting him be Mario for the movie. It's not like he wouldn't be recognizable as the voice of Mario. And it goes to a different narrative that's kind of going around at the moment, that ever since Robin Williams as the genie in Aladdin, these production companies and these animation studios feel like they have to get big Hollywood talent rather than getting professional voice actors to pull in seats. It's being done by Illumination Studios, which is the same studio that did Sing and the Despicable Me movies and the Minion movies. So the animation quality is going to be there. I'm just kind of thinking of a Mario in their style, though. It makes me wonder. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, I want to see these like professional voice actors, people who have been in the industry for an extended period of time, to get moments of shine. And they do have a guy who's actually one of my more favorite voice actors is going to be in the movie. I can't remember what role he's playing. Let me go ahead and pull that up. He's actually one of the few people that I sat back and went like, you know what? He's not Mark Hamill's Joker, but he's a good freaking Joker. His name is Kevin Michael Richardson. Mr. Kevin Michael Richardson is going to be in the Mario movie as... Let's see. A character named Kamek? Whatever the hell that is?
I don't remember. Anyway. But yeah.
Anyway.
I'm kind of excited for it. The best tweet, hold on. The best tweet I saw was when the Sonic movie Twitter responded to it, said, "See you at the Oscars."
Go ahead and give you that picture. That was actually the other thing that kind of got me. Is like I'm always a guy who enjoys taking sides. I was never into sports, but I always had my own like teams when it came to video games. Like for the longest time, you were the one who embraced the PlayStation when it first came out and became really popular. I stuck to Nintendo at the time. Nintendo was my team. Then when I flipped sides and I went to the PlayStation, PlayStation became my team against Xbox and so on and so forth. So I was always Team Sonic as a kid. Sadly, Sonic lost. Sonic lost hard when it came to video games. Mario won that battle. But there was a part of me when I saw this announcement, I was like, so Sonic finally gets a win in a category that is often maligned because of so many failures. And of course, Nintendo rolls up with a fuck ton of money to take that shit from him.
When Sonic 2 drops, I don't think so.
That it fails. I'm just hoping that Sonic 2 is really good.
Yeah, Sonic 2 is going to kick its ass, but it's too soon to say. We haven't even seen the trailer for this thing. It's not coming out until next year. So until then, we just only got time to speculate. But yeah, moving on. We finally got Splatoon 3. Looks like Splatoon 1 and 2. Yeah. Yeah. Does nothing for me. But finally, after 4 years of waiting, even the trailer didn't even fool me. I already knew what it was from the jump. Like, you see soldiers running in. I was like, kind of odd. These soldiers looking pretty low quality. What's that big ass monster?
Did.
This monster coming up.
Yeah, they did.
These monsters coming up. I'm like, got some porcelain looking skin. This is Bayonetta 3. So, I'm besides the way it looks, I'm excited for it. I like the way her design looks a little bit better than my 2, but sadly, go ahead.
Am not.
Did you even play Bayonetta 2?
I did not have a Wii U to play it. Or was it?
Yeah, you're right. The Wii U.
Oh, I did not have a Wii U to play it, but I watched the entire story. I watched a lot of gameplay. I watched the entire story. I love this franchise, especially since it felt like it was a great great game to compete with Devil May Cry. To which, if you think about it, Devil May Cry as the franchise fired the last shot.
You see that right there? Yeah, right there. It won't focus, but
oh yeah, no, I know you. I know you can play it now on the Switch. I just haven't. Like, I don't really play my Switch like that.
I might end up playing it.
Oh, so you have it, but you haven't played it.
It's in the back. Told you this back.
I feel like you're shaming me for not actually playing it.
This backlog is massive.
What it is, the truth of the matter is that, and Platinum Games has been very honest about it. If it wasn't for Nintendo, we wouldn't have gotten Bayonetta 2 at all. It would have been, sadly, another franchise like Okami that fell to the wayside and was never touched again. And that would have hurt, because I thought the first Bayonetta was amazing and it deserved a sequel. The thing that worried me when I found out that Nintendo was getting Bayonetta. For one, this was during the period of time where Nintendo was really trying to make a push to be taken seriously by what was effectively categorized as hardcore gamers, which are essentially the more adult gamers that go for things that have more of a mature rating or like hyper violence or whatever have you. I was worried, since Nintendo really is the Disney of video game companies, that they were going to try to take a lot of the tenets and things that you would expect out of Bayonetta, like slowly bleed them out. because regardless of how some people like to see Bayonetta on the surface, Bayonetta is a character that was created by a female artist that owns her sexuality, and it wears that sexuality on its sleeve. Like, she pole dances enemies, and she goes into climax mode. They did a lot of their homework when it came to witch folklore and witch lore and such, and utilized those components in order to feed into the design of her abilities, like the fact that her outfit is actually made from her hair. Because if I remember correctly, the extent of a witch's powers was believed to be correspondent to the length of her hair. So for Bayonetta to have hair that's long enough to craft into a bodysuit for her meant that she was incredibly powerful. And she actually used that hair to summon the demons that would assist her in finishing off bosses and whatnot. I didn't really understand the need in the second game for them to change her guns. Changing her hair was one thing. I mean, we accepted that John, despite the Virgil to her Dante in the first game, had short hair, but still essentially her powers function exactly the same. So it's like, okay, fine, you know what? Bayonetta can have short hair too, and it's fine. It's not necessarily breaking anything. But I kind of thought, especially after like when you're introduced to those weapons in the first game, they're effectively the ebony and ivory for this very Devil May Cry compared series. I didn't feel the necessity of having to change it. But it's like, okay, I guess in each game they're going to be changing her, making drastic changes to her overall appearance. Which she's got these huge thick braids that scream like goth Lolita.
Well, it just clued in on me because it's been a long time since I played the original. She's the hairstyle she has is her hairstyle of the little girl from the first one herself. It didn't clue into me until just now.
No, I got that. No, yeah. No, I get that. I totally get that. That's like, but there's an element to that. Yeah, no, there's an element. I get it. No, trust me, I'm gonna get to that point. There's an element to that style that is trying to look younger than you actually are, which that style always seemed a little creepy to me. The gothic Lolita sort of look, like you're trying to. It's essentially you're trying to like a giant China doll. So maybe it's supposed to be creepy or off-putting like that, but also she went from pole dancing in the previous games, and in this trailer she looked like she was mom dancing. It just looked weird. It didn't have that style that I expected.
End of the day.
Also, the amount of gore was severely reduced. Now, granted, like they didn't have it wasn't gore as in like intestines and whatnot, but in the previous Bayonetta games, when you were fighting enemies and you were beating the shit out of them, you saw viscera, you saw muscle, because like there's the enemies skins were basically like their outer shells, and you'd shatter that off of them as you were damaging them and whatnot. It's like they cleaned it up a lot. Also, I don't understand why they changed the voice actress for Bayonetta. I was a little bit worried when the like really ugly characters on screen were speaking Japanese, because Bayonetta's like very posh British accent is very iconic to her. So I was glad to see that she wasn't speaking Japanese. That's a problem. I'm sure she's Japanese dubbed in the Japanese version of the game or whatnot, but that's just not what I wanted to see for Bayonetta. But then it's like her voice sounds wrong. And there were rumors that this was going to happen, because if you look it up, there were rumors that the original voice actress for Bayonetta, who had been in the previous two games, wasn't going to be in this one. And she tweeted that the actress, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, she tweeted that she's under a contractual obligation that she can't actually comment on the future title. And when someone said that she is Bayonetta, there's no other Bayonetta for them, she actually replied, you might have to get used to something new or something else.
Yeah,
so that was a bit disappointing as well.
Yeah, I can't get no confirmation on that, but yeah, if she's not credited Bayonetta 3.
It's definitely a different actress.
I can barely tell. So,
but then, and this is when I'm going to get into like fan theory. I had a thought in my brain, just like how you showed that picture of the younger version of Bayonetta. What was her name?
Rosa?
No, that wasn't her name. It started with a C.
I don't know.
Cereza. Yeah. I had a thought occur to me that perhaps the reason why they decided to go with another voice actress, this actually isn't Bayonetta. They're pulling a Metal Gear on us, and this is Bayonetta's daughter. It would sort of explain why her style is different, why her powers appear different.
Could be right. You could be right.
Then, and this is all flowing through my brain as I'm so much about her that just seemed different. Then, not to mention she's in Japan. Then the title card came up, where it was the typical moon symbol of the Umbral Witches, with the 3 cut across it, and then the moon splintering into multiple different moon phases behind it. And it's like, and there's your clue. This is going to be a game about alternate dimensions. This is a alternate dimension Bayonetta, so we might be getting our Bayonetta. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if like it's going to say like the Bayonetta 2 is actually not the original Bayonetta, and each version is like a different alternate.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I just looked at, when I was looking for the voice actress for this, it said Bayonetta 3 fans think the sequel stars a different protagonist. So I was like, damn. I want to click on this and read it later, but you could be right. Are you the one that fucking pulled up this article? Yeah, you did. Went on Games Radar, you son of a bitch.
I'm like, this is my own goddamn idea, damn it.
But yeah.
It's like, I didn't read this one.
So,
I didn't look, Nerdist didn't inform my ideas.
Yeah, so that was the Nintendo Direct. But other than that, I'm about to go on a rant here. Okay. Now, PS4, PS5.
It's Roy Rants!
Yeah, Roy Rant. PS4, PS5, the backwards compatibility. It's been an issue. You can't just drop your save from PS4 into PS5. It's kind of hard to do that because you got to update the PS4 game and then drag it back into the PS5 game. It's complicated. So, I've been trying.
At the very least, Ghost of Tsushima. At the very least, Ghost of Tsushima is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, they got that working good and fine because I was able to load up my game. But I was hard, like I mentioned, it was hard to find Life is Strange True Colors. So the only way I can get it. Yeah,
did you pick that up?
Yes, I did.
I'm gonna punch him in the ass. Anyway,
so hard to find True Colors. Only way I can get it was on the Xbox. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it home, put it in, play it. Because everybody knows, Xbox got this, cool. It didn't matter what disc this was. It could play on the Xbox. I got a Series X. Now, granted, should I have done some research beforehand? Maybe. But I wasn't going to leave that to chance. Because you told me I could put this in my console and it'd be all right. I put this sumbitch in my console. Starts installing. And it says, there's an update. I'm thinking, update? Maybe like a gig. Playing off the disc. The update might be like a gig, 2 gigs, something like that. Wouldn't matter. For my connection speed, I'll just wait. Update's 30 gigabytes. Okay. At this point, I'm like, fuck this. And Xbox, it's the stupidest thing I hate about the Xbox. You can't play a game until you update it. So I said, you know what, the hell with this. Took the disc out, turned it offline, and put the disc back in. I'm gonna just play it right off the disc without updating it. No, you can't do that. Because apparently, Series X says you need to be online to play the Series X version of the game. You can't play the Xbox One version of the game on the Series X. So yeah, granted, it says right here, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, you can do that. But you can't play the Series X version or the Xbox One version. You have to download the Series X version to play it on a Series X. So
what they did was, after getting massive amounts of bad press for the Xbox One being an always online system, they basically shadow did that shit with the Series X.
yeah. So I'm sitting here like, are you telling me I have to really download all 30 gigabytes of the Series X version, which you claim to be an update for the game? Nah, motherfucker. 30 gigabytes, this is the full fucking game for your goddamn...
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, you know, so yeah, this is the benefit for people who have high-speed internet. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, granted, I could still play it. Yeah, I downloaded all 30 gigs. But did I have to wait
4 days later?
Did I have to wait a couple of days to play it? Yes, I did. And I'm like so bummed out. I'm like, yo, y'all touted this smart delivery shit so well, and you hid that Series X behind an online, you know, why wouldn't you just let me play the Xbox One version off the disc? Just come on, man. Be smart about it.
Yeah.
But
getting away from Nintendo and like rolling into some just random thoughts that we had. This is the podcast. I want to talk about how I'm worried about God of War. So if you didn't know, God of War Ragnarok is actually going to be the end of the Norse saga for God of War. It's not going to be a trilogy. Corey Barlog actually confirmed the reason why they thought to do this was they felt that with a 5-year design or a 5-year development time frame for each game, 15 years is too long to tell a single story. So they're actually going to finish all of the Norse saga that they set up in God of War 2018 in one game. And let's remember, this is not a PlayStation 5 exclusive title. God of War Ragnarok is actually also going to be released for the PlayStation 4. And maybe it's just because CD Projekt Red has scared all of us and now we have PTSD. But I'm worried that developing the game so that it can work on the PlayStation 4 is going to impede their ability to put everything in the game that they've been able to if it was a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Now we're actually on the cusp of the next gen consoles actually being sold physically in brick and mortar stores again. They're starting to get them in at Best Buy now and at Walmart. So we might like more people will probably get access to them, as I'm sure they're going to enforce a one purchase per customer sort of idea. So less people being victimized by scalpers or bots. But it's not the only one. Forbidden West is also being duly developed for the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. But it's just like looking at Bayonetta, I can't help but wonder, what if Bayonetta had like Sony or Microsoft had the exclusive rights to Bayonetta as opposed to Nintendo? It's being developed for a game with the inferior technology. You were commenting on those like soldiers at the beginning of the video and how bad they look. Like, yeah, I felt that way too. It's like it gets by like the aesthetics of it, I guess, but it still kind of looks like a Wii U game.
That's it.
It's just
That's it. You just worried about the graphical limitations between the sides of them.
Well, no. That in particular is just about Bayonetta. I genuinely wonder how good Bayonetta 3 could look if it was developed for one of the other consoles. But with God of War Ragnarok and with Horizon Forbidden West, I'm more talking about like the brevity of content, and how much they can really pack into it with that kind of piggyback limitation. And they'll always say it's like, oh no, it's nothing. That's not holding us back at all. It's like we're fine, we got this. It's like, of course they're gonna freaking say that, but let's be honest.
I don't care, man. I'm excited either way. You know, yeah, bummer, not a
No,
trailer.
I know you're excited, but it's like there's so much expectations. I do not pity that at all. There's so much expectation for both of these titles.
All right.
I just want them to be able to put out the best product that they can without any sort of
just close your eyes for a minute. Just close your eyes. Just let you know. Truth is gonna hurt. This will not be better than 2018 God of War. Okay? Except 2018's good.
Yo, know that!
This is, I mean, it's gonna be, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be good.
Just cutting Gamora.
It's gonna be
Just
good.
cutting Gamora.
You don't know that.
Thank goodness you have the reference I was making.
It's gonna be good, but it's not gonna be like, yo, this is not like, I don't think it's gonna be like Terminator 1, Terminator 2 sequel, Alien and Alien sequel. Okay, I don't think it's gonna be up to that standard.
It has the burden of the climax. That's the point I'm getting at. Like that's what makes it that much more worrisome and scary that they don't have 2 games to tell an extended story or to add more story beats. You got all 9 realms are going to be available in this game. When it was just a concept, when we were just waiting for the briefest whiff of information, I assumed that in a very similar sense we were going to be getting like 4, maybe 5 of the realms, not all 9.
All 9.
Granted,
realms.
like if you look back at the 2018, God of War, there are really only 3 realms.
That was like 4
Alfheim. I'm talking about realms that had like an extensive amount of shit to do in them, not ones that were effectively a gimmick. Like Muspelheim was a gimmick, and in a gimmick as in like you were there for a specific thing. You weren't exploring the realm and learning about it. You were just in a combat arena. And Svartalfheim, which was the land of the dwarves, was a misty dungeon. It was a shake-up to what you like the standard gameplay, but as far as like being able to explore, being able to discover, you had Alfheim, you had Helheim, and you had Midgard. That was it.
Well, we'll see.
So are we going to see more? Are we going to see more than that as far as fleshed out realms in this new game? I mean, based on that trailer, like, I know these are worries that are just mine.
Just wait, because I'm gonna tell you, it's not coming out in 2022. I expect this game to come out in 2023, maybe even 2024. Okay,
I believe it's going to be 2022. Yeah,
2023, Bear.
It's been 5 years. That was the same amount of development time that they had on.
I'm trying to remember when did they first show the God of War? Was that 2016 or 2017? I think that was 2017. 2016? 2016. And we didn't get that game for 2 more years.
Yeah, but Ragnarok was actually teased last year.
Yeah. Either way, I can see this being put back for another year. So I'm not worried about this game. Do I think it's gonna be great? Hell yeah. But is it gonna beat 2018? Unless they pull some like Terminator 2 moments where you didn't expect this shit to happen.
Here's why I think you're wrong. This is the opportunity that they have to take the criticisms that they got from the original, by original I mean 2018, of course. 2018 God of War wasn't a perfect game. There was there were standardized complaints about the game, was that there was a lack of enemy variety. Like they kept reusing that same troll like 4 or 5 times as a boss. People got tired of that. And as far as story structure, there were people who got upset about your princess is in another castle-ness that the story kind of like felt like it was going through. Like it kept moving the goalpost in that sort of way. So they could take that criticism and then, do something better. If it excels in that, but it bumps up the enemy variety. Like we have a wide, different, varying amount of bosses, and they keep a consistent plot without that feeling of moving the goalpost, then yeah, I actually think you could say that it was better than the original.
Well,
like keep all the good things from 2018 and then just fix those mistakes. Yeah, it'll definitely be better. You can.
2018 was just perfect, just perfect. But other than that,
it's like
I'm not budging from this thing.
Stacking up the evidence of why it wasn't perfect is like it was perfect. So like, you feel like, what was that? It's like you sound like that fucking like Bender Futurama meme. It's like, no one insults the turtles.
Either way, what you been playing, man?
I've been playing Tales of Arise, which has a very, very great combat system. The story is pretty like fast paced, though I do wish that the world building was a little bit better. And I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 because
if you're not in the
know, well, I'm sorry, I'm prepping. In November, the new expansion comes out, and they just dropped the job action trailer showing off all the cool shit that all the classes are going to be doing. Oh, I was screaming. I was losing myself. I was like, you can expect a specific thing to happen when I'm drunk. I'm more than likely going to call somebody. That's kind of just what happens. I get bored, distracted. I ended up calling like random numbers out on my phone and talking to them while wasted. But I had to call my buddy Sean because he's the only person who consistently plays that game with me. Anyway, and he thought I was drunk because I was so damn incoherent, like screaming about all the shit that they were showing in this job action trailer. But no, but I'm also extremely excited because I feel like I remember a couple podcasts ago, a certain someone was talking about how, like, as the year was winding down, it didn't really seem like there was much coming out to be excited about. But now we got some more press about the Guardians of the Galaxy game coming out in October. That's getting the hype going. It's like, this might be good, dude. Like, I was.
I see. Look, I'm almost done with September. I had to hold myself down today. It was like, you don't need to go to GameStop or any game store to buy no Death Stranding director's cut. You already played this game. You don't need to go get the director's cut. So I was good on that. But I still got like
there's another package to take to some guy.
I mean,
you have to go up a 90-degree angle.
I mean, I've literally bought, I want to say 3 games this month.
Yeah. Man. That's the thing. I'm trying to finish up Tales of Arise so I can jump right into Life is Strange and have that carry me until freaking Guardians of the Galaxy comes out. And then there's still Deltarune to play.
Yeah, and like next month, it's like, okay, you got Far Cry 6, you got Guardians of the Galaxy, you got damn, what the fuck you just said?
Dying Light?
No, Dying Light got delayed.
Oh, did?
Yeah, it doesn't come out until February 4th now. What else? October game. Metroid Dread. I'm like, damn, man, there's fucking games I want to check out. I don't know. Somebody might have to get shafted.
I've had to make some hard choices. I chose not to go for, especially when I found out the length of the game was about like 9 hours. I was like, I can wait. I can wait on that. I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing, and I'm not gonna go too deep into it because I always promise I'm gonna do a review for it. Like my Terminator review, my Minute Islands review, but they're all in my saves. It's up there, but eventually I'm gonna do a Kena review for it. I'd enjoy the game.
Is it Kena or Kena?
Kena? I don't know. Either way,
I'm asking you. The game's got voice acting. I was asking you.
I barely paid attention to the story. That could give you some idea how I felt about this game.
I'm a very big like story guy, so if you're not paying attention to the story, I'm kind of like, what the hell are you doing?
I'll give you a little tidbit. I didn't care for the story, because there was like no connection there for me. I was more connected to the combat more than anything. I was just rushing to get to another combat scene because the combat feels great. Could it be an improvement over some things? Yeah, like camera work and locking on, switching between targets, that could have been better. Like I've seen like.
How long were you in photo mode?
Oh, hold on. Let me check my PlayStation clock time, because then I can tell you how many hours I really put into this game. Oh wait,
I feel like I'm SpongeBob, and I'm grilling you on whether or not you like Krabby Patties.
Krabby Patties. Hold on.
You like photo mode, don't you, Squidward?
I did like photo mode. I did a couple pictures. Some of them I didn't upload, but you could see them on my Instagram and Twitter account, which I need to make. Okay. Which I gotta upload again, because apparently PlayStation Blog's having a contest for that game, and I'm like, I kind of want to put my shit up there.
Go for it, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I only won one time for that game. So, I put in. It says I put in 13 hours, so I guarantee I probably did an hour of photo mode.
Okay.
So,
man,
I mean, it was
photography classes in high school, so he can handle that. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I went to college too, motherfucker. I went to college. Yeah, did I finish it? No.
We all went to college.
We went to college, but did we finish? Should have.
No.
But yeah, other than Kana, Returnal might get bumped down from my game of the year. So far, the best.
I didn't know Returnal was your game of the year.
It's been my game of the year for the longest time. It's been in there since February.
The longest time.
But I'm sorry to say, man, Deathloop. As much as we were tired of hearing about this game, this fucking game is pretty good. And it's funny because I had Xbox people at work telling me, we picked up Bethesda, what you gonna do now? I'm like, when's Bethesda put out a good game besides, Fallout 3? Prey was good. I was like, but did anybody really play Prey? Dishonored 1 and 2. Who cares about that? Fallout 76. Now shut your fucking mouth. Okay. Fallout 76 had some time to get to where it is now. Okay. Is it still there? No, maybe. But anyway.
You can probably guess what my current game of the year.
I couldn't tell. Final Fantasy 14, even though it didn't. Oh, Ratchet and Clank. Come on, man.
Well, I mean, Endwalker's coming out November 23rd. It counts. We'll see.
That don't count, motherfucker. But Deathloop.
Hey, it's not the game's fault. Your internet sucks. Damn it.
But Deathloop, for me, it was a game I was tired of hearing about, and then the reviews came out. Like, damn, this motherfucker's getting 10s, 9s. I'm like, what's so special about this game? So I picked it up, and I'm playing it. Like, the first couple of hours, I ain't gonna lie, I was bored. I was frustrated at, like, it wasn't very clear on what they wanted me to do. But once I got, like, it clicked in and be like, okay, I gotta do this to get this person to go here for this time, because it's only one day. But what's interesting, it has the, like,
3-dimensional chess.
Yeah, but I say it has the roguelite, as you would expect from, like, Dead Cells and Hades. But the difference is, you can actually kind of keep some of that shit on your next run. You got a whole day to kill all 8 targets. And then, after that day, you have your little loadout and be like, okay, what can I keep? So there's, like, stuff you can infuse to keep for the next day. So I was like, okay, I got special abilities. Granted, some of the abilities, like I forget what one was called, Havoc and whatever, all this, like, kind of like Bioshock kind of powers, almost. I didn't want to keep most of that stuff. I felt like it was pointless. At this point, I was just trying to speed through it. I was like, well, shit, let me go here, do this. I was using my invisibility. I was playing more stealth-like than anything. I wasn't going in there guns blazing, which I could have. Because at one point in the game, I was just like, man, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Let them see me. I'll just blow them away. But I'd enjoyed it. Multiplayer, which I finally got to play. That's where it gets interesting. It's not like a team deathmatch kind of thing. You play as the other character.
No.
Yeah, you play. See, I hadn't been really looking into this game, so multiplayer you play as basically the hunter Juliana. So your job is to invade other people's games to hunt down Colt, and that's where the shit gets fun. Because I like messing with fucking people. Like,
now, I haven't played the game. It's another one of those hard choices where like something that I want to play, but it's gonna wait. Like that purchase is gonna wait until later. Like I'll wait until it goes on sale. But looking at how they're handling multiplayer is how I was hoping the Predator game was going to play. My problem with the Predator game is that if you're against a team of Marines that had any sort of communication, the Predator was going to lose. I didn't feel like they gave enough tools to the player playing as the Predator in order to feel like an adequate threat. But looking at what Deathloop did with Juliana, where she can actually blend in as one of the not to mention the fact that it lends itself to playing through the game on your own without being interfered with by another player, and then taking that experience to play as Juliana and being able to blend in with the NPCs and such.
See, that's one of the beautiful things about the multiplayer, because one, I didn't jump straight into multiplayer when I first got it. I did the story. I figured out what I needed to do to move on to my next objective, and I was done. When you play as Juliana in multiplayer, the map loads and you're like, okay, either they're going for this target or they're going this way. So you don't immediately start right next to him. You have to actually go out throughout the map and find where he's at. So either way, it's like a racing game. Like there's one point in the game where you can flood your targets and drown them. I could go to that spot and meet him there, but I risk myself. If he turns on the switch, I can drown myself, and that's where the difference between Juliana and Colt, because Colt could die like 2-3 times. Juliana can only die once. So once you get killed as Juliana, the game's over. So that was the only gripe I had about the multiplayer. Why he get to have 3 lives and I get to have 1?
You ain't the main character.
Yeah. So I mean, it's interesting because once you kill him, his body is still there. It's basically kind of like Dark Souls and Bloodborne kind of stuff. Like all your like currency is with that body, so you can go back and try to recover your stuff. But guarantee, which
means that
I can be.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Like I set up one guy. Like he was when you first get into the map as Juliana, you disable the antenna for your escape route, your escape tunnels. So they have to go disable the return back the antenna on and then head for the tunnels. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let him turn on the antennas. The doorway, I threw up mines and traps so he couldn't see it. So as he was walking through the door, that shit blows him up. And then next thing
basically my strategy from GoldenEye.
Yeah. So basically it blows him up. They're like, yeah, you can go through this door, but if you hit this keypad, you're gonna blow up. And right behind the keypad, there's like a little pathway where I can hide. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna camp right here and just wait for you to, get shot up. But yeah,
camper.
I love it. I love this game.
Real quick, something we forgot about when we were talking about the Nintendo Direct is that they announced they announced that they will be announcing the final fighter for Smash Bros. Ultimate. And of course, there's a lot of discourse and a lot of people speculating as to who this character would be, and no one's going to be satisfied because it's not going to be anyone. There's always going to be a camp that wanted freaking Goku, and there's no way Goku's going to be in there. But probably the most likely popular choice that might appear as the new fighter, in my opinion, is going to be Master Chief.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I wanted to be Master Chief.
I think it will line up for the Halo Infinite game. It'll be perfect timing. December, December, be like, hey, Master Chief's here. Which, by the way,
if I had my way,
Nah.
I know who I'd want.
That'll be a shocker if he's in this game. I'd be like, what the fuck? Couldn't make a PlayStation All-Stars 2, but you can put him in Smash Bros. Come on. But
I can't think of what they have been doing recently is they've been adding pivotal fighters from other classic fighting game franchises like King of Fighters, Tekken, all these other things.
Don't
I
waste
can't think
this.
of anyone else from another fighting game that they haven't touched yet. It's like,
But on that note, I have been playing Halo Infinite's little beta test thing, and I can say, from just playing with bots alone, these bots are tough. But I actually like this game. If the campaign,
Halo multiplayer is always,
but it feels so different though, and it feels right. It still got the Halo feel to it, but the controls are like, I literally booted up Master Chief Collection the other day and tried to play multiplayer on that. It's been so long since I played it, and I was trash. I was getting like 6 kills a game, and I was getting like 17 deaths. I was like, I remember I used to be good at this game. Now I play after just playing with this one. I'm like, oh my god, it feels so right. It's got this, same first person like every other game. It's like finally you don't have to push in the L stick to zoom like in the old ones. You actually pull the left trigger to zoom in. I'm like, oh man, that feels so much better. But yeah.
Another thing that's going down is next weekend is the Tokyo Game Show. The often forgotten about, like everyone worries about E3, but totally forgetting about Gamescom in Germany and TGS in Japan. So we already have confirmation that they're going to be showing off Final Fantasy 16 at TGS this year. It's also the opportunity that we might see some stuff from Capcom. Still hoping for Marvel vs. Capcom announcement. They need a redemption. It needs a redemption at this point.
Well, what's interesting at the PlayStation Showcase, I was hoping for, another Resident Evil title or something like that. We actually didn't get it this time. So maybe we might see something. Like, I know everybody's all busting a nut over this Resident Evil 4 remake. And like I said before, I do not care. I do not want a Resident Evil 4 remake. Will I still buy it when it comes out?
Resident Evil 4 is essentially Capcom's Skyrim, where they just wait 4 months and re-release the title again.
Right.
And everybody keeps buying it.
But I don't know, man. I think
I'm excited to see some stuff about Final Fantasy 16 because Yoshi P, he's the lead developer and director for Final Fantasy 14, and he brought that thing back from the dust. So I'm already confident that this game is going to be good. And specifically, he said that he didn't want to trickle information out to the fans, that when he showed off the game, he wanted to have a substantial amount of information in order to give us. So, yeah,
we shall
tell us about the combat. Tell us if there's going to be party members, or is this going to be like the Final Fantasy Devil May Cry, where you're solely controlling just one dude? I'm curious. Like, are they going to take what they attempted to do with Final Fantasy 15 and actually make it good? Because that would be so hilarious though, because that's all he does is he takes shitty Final Fantasy games and makes them better.
And we shall see. But other than that,
we shall see.
I think that's all I got to say about that. I mean,
I do have a question, because like there's a lot of Japanese resurgence. If you had to think of a Japanese franchise that you would like to see crop back up at TGS next weekend, what would it be?
I got 2 of them.
I'm not like let's be a little bit realistic.
Realistic.
Let's be a little bit realistic, because see, I want to see a new. That was a game that was critically acclaimed. The IP is owned by Capcom, so they can bring it back whenever they want to. I want to see a new Marvel vs. Capcom. It is a beloved franchise. They misstepped in the last one. Don't be bringing up. I want to see Parasite Eve. That would be a far flung. That would be a far flung, like, wet dream. I'm talking about something that has a realistic potential to be announced
at TGS. Not no Silent Hill, I can tell you that. Stop asking for Silent Hill remakes or whatever they want. So no Silent Hills.
No.
I would love to see Dino Crisis come back. Hold off on Resident Evil for a while, Capcom. Start looking into
Has there been some discourse about it? Has there been discourse about that?
No.
Oh, then you're not being exactly realistic now, are you?
No, I'm just naming off games I would like to see again. I would like to see Onimusha and Parasite Eve and Dino Crisis come back.
Well, you know what? Especially with them re-releasing No. In that same vein, actually, hold up. With them re-releasing Onimusha for the current console, I would actually like to see them give that treatment to Onimusha 2.
Oh yeah, hell
Onimusha
yeah,
2,
that was my
Onimusha
one.
3.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Give it the touch-up treatment. Re-release the game for us. Attach some trophies.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even play the one they re-released on PlayStation. I bought that on my Switch. Been playing it on my Switch.
Admittedly, neither did I. I bought it for nostalgic purpose. I started it for nostalgic purposes. I didn't finish it.
I mean, I beat it on my Switch. I was just like, I don't have no ambition to play this anymore. I'm reliving the old times when I played it on PS2.
I never had the timing in order to handle Onimusha's more difficult settings in any of their titles. Remember, it was like where you had to get the one-shot kill or like the instant kill in order to defeat anything. I could never do that shit.
Oh, I did it. I did it. I loved it. That's why I love Onimusha 2. Onimusha 2, when they had that mode in there, I was all for it. I was like, I know how to counter you. You know.
I could do that shit in Ghost of Tsushima.
Nah, I couldn't do it in Kana. I was having problems with parrying. I was like, and there was one enemy you had to parry in order to actually defeat him. And I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Now, see, think like a new anime made in the style, like the open world style of Ghost of Tsushima. I love Ghost of Tsushima Legends. Like, blow it up into a full game.
We got Elden Ring. We got Elden Ring coming out in January.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Ghost of Tsushima isn't developed by a Japanese studio, though, right?
No, that's Sucker Punch.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I won't see it. Onimusha, I feel like they're done with that franchise. They're not. We live in an age of nostalgia, Nintendo. I feel like Capcom needs to like dig into their backlog. If Nintendo really was in the nostalgia of going back through their back catalog, we should have had a Wind Waker remake for the Nintendo Switch. I still want it, damn it. Wind Waker was good. Okay. Little fun fact for everybody. Wind Waker was my first Zelda I played and beat. Okay, and to this day I still have not played any Mario titles that I have started and finished. Okay.
Super Mario Brothers on accident.
I mean, I played Super Mario Brothers, but I never beat it.
I don't know if you remember, but Super Mario Brothers had like the Star Road that you can access. And it turns out that it's practically a shortcut to the final boss, to Bowser's Castle, and you immediately jump in, take care of him, and then game's over. I was like, I skipped like the entire damn thing.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, that's probably where we're going to finish up right there. What did you think about the Nintendo Direct? Was there anything that you were actually excited about that we weren't? What did you think about Bayonetta 3? Roy's sound is off again.
No, it's not. I've been just fucking with
you.
Just
get used to it. I'm getting used to it. Drop a comment down below. What did you actually like Bayonetta 3's redesign? Like the big pigtails, or what do you think about my theory? Who do you think is going to be the next Smash Bros. Or the final Smash Bros. Character to be added to the game? We're all going to think it's Master Chief, and then suddenly it's Raiden. Oh. Nice. You keep that. Damn it. You keep that in the video.
Oh god.
Drop a comment down below. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you know the next time we're going to post it. I'm sure we're going to do a reaction TGS once that drops. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
Deuces.